What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Horror, and just when you thought I couldn't milk any more videos out of the Scream franchise, someone came in clutch in the comment section. Forgot to write his name down, or whoever it was, but I'll put it on screen right now because I want to, give them credit. They came up with the idea. Originally, I was going to be done with the Scream franchise after my 4th ranking on it, but he came in clutch and said, why don't you rank the finales? Because I just ranked the opening scenes. So, I mean, it makes sense to rank all the endings. So we got all 7 movies. Again, just like the opening scenes, we're not going to be ranking the movies as a whole, okay? Just the finale, okay? So, like, basically, usually it's like when the killer is revealed to the end, okay? So that is what we're ranking. Not the entire movie, not the ghost faces, not the reveal. Actually, the reveals kind of, play into it a little bit. But, like I said, just the finale. So, let's get into it. Coming in at number 7, this was the easiest ranking on any of my Scream lists so far. Number 7, the worst finale by a landslide. Like, even my number 6, it's not fantastic, but it's not horrendous. My number 7 is irredeemable. It's Scream 7. Like, this part arguably destroyed the entire film. Because up to this point, I was like, okay, it's not horrendous. It's not good. It's not even sniffing good, but maybe a 3-star movie. And then this finale happened, the killers were revealed, and I was like, oh no, this is awful. This is diabolical. Like, explain to me how this is supposed to be a satisfying reveal. One character that we have met, no joke, 1 time. And one character we have met 2 times. How did that cross your mind as a good reveal? This movie is so insecure because it wants to do the Stu thing. It wants Stu to come back. But it knows that you know that they want Stu to come back. So they don't bring Stu back, but they tease it, which makes this ending make even more little sense because the girl, I forgot her name, that's how forgettable she is, she literally is like, oh, it was my idea to, tease Stu coming back. Why? Like, they have no reason. Speaking of no reason, they don't have a motive. She has a motive that she explains very poorly, that it's because she read Sydney's book and it inspired her. And then Sydney went into hiding, and that offended her. So she checked herself into an asylum after murdering her husband, and now she's out so that she can murder everybody. Quick question here. If this woman was in an asylum for however many years, and she murdered her son's father, who the hell was raising her son in between when she randomly came out of the freaking psych ward and when she murdered the husband? Doesn't make much sense. And then also, they're like, you murdered your son, and she's like, oh, that makes complete sense. Yes, because, mothers, they don't really love their sons, actually. Everybody knows that. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, it's just horrible. Like, the fight in the end where it's, the fight freaking with, what's his name, Marco, doesn't exist, because the second Sydney wants to kill him, just bullet through the head, it's over. Then she goes on to fight, is it Jessica, something like that, I don't remember, but they just kind of run around chasing each other in, this dark garage with tarps everywhere. And then Sydney stabs her in the leg a whole bunch, and then she does the, Ghostface disappearing act because, I don't know if you guys knew this, is actually a little fun fact, but if you get stabbed 6 times exactly in the leg, you actually don't feel it, so you can just run away the second you don't feel any pain. So she just dips out of there. But then the one good thing I'll give you is she has a good death, because Tatum and Sydney both shoot her with a bunch of bullets and her face falls off. Good kill. Awful, awful ending that completely destroyed any shard of a good movie that you had. So this is by far, when I made this list, I didn't write down anything except for that I knew Scream 7 had the worst. So here it is. Coming in at number 6, it was between 2 here, but I went with the more underwhelming of the 2, and that is Scream 3.
I still got to make my movie.
Man, shut your bitch ass.
Now, like I said in my Scream ranking, I don't hate Scream 3. I think it's fine. And that's the same thing with this ending. I think it's fine. It's exactly what you expect from a Scream movie. Killer gets revealed, he reveals his backstory, they have a big fight, Ghostface dies. That's all you get from this, except for you have a pretty terrible backstory revealed, where it basically kind of retcons the scariness of the first film, where Billy and Stu apparently killed Maureen Prescott, and then in this one, it's like, well, I told him to do it. And, by the way, Sid, I'm your cousin. Or, brother? Brother. Yeah, that's the... And then Sid, after murdering the shit out of this guy, holds his hand while he dies. This guy that she never knew. Never even met. For all she knows, isn't actually her brother. And she gives him that courtesy. So I have problems with it, but it's not the atrocity on humanity that Scream 7 was. Coming in at number 5, not a bad one. Again, it's not bad, it's just fine. Scream 2022. And I understand this is trying to be a requel, trying to comment on requels, so the ending is very derivative of the ending of the original Scream. But for me, that just leads to a not all that, like, it doesn't stand out among the series because you're just trying to do what the original Scream did. Props. It's not bad because it's just the same thing. Like, you get the killer's revealed, which is the one reveal I really like, is Amber's reveal, where she shoots Liv in the head. I think it's a very shocking moment, like that. Otherwise, it's just the same thing. They even get the kitchen scene trying to frame somebody. But in this one, we also have the added bonus of having Sydney and Gail going through like seasoned vets in this and just taking out these ghost faces, lighting Amber on fire. We get that awesome burn makeup on Amber. So I wish I had more to say about it, but it's kind of just the same as the first one, even down to the like thumbs up, I'm still alive at the end. So wish it could have been a little bit better, maybe a little bit more unique, but still, like I said, not bad. Coming in at number 4, this was where it got a little bit tough. I'd say they're all starting to get good to great. And starting off, we have Scream 6. Now, again, not amazing. It's just solid. It gets what it needs to get done. That's all it is, You get the killer reveals, you get the chase scenes with all the fights, and then all the ghost faces die. That's how all these work. And then you get the coming back to life for one last scare right at the end. But this has the added bonus of having some very, very good fight scenes. The reveals are extremely underwhelming because, like, using process of elimination, clearly those were the 2 ghost faces. Quinn's reveal is the only one I'll give you. That one actually got me, but otherwise, it's just like some good fight scenes. Tara gets to fight Ethan. That's pretty good. And I think, did she also fight Quinn? I think they all end up fighting each other at one point. Sam gets to take out Detective Bailey. He stabs him a shit ton. Such a good kill there. The kill on Ethan is also very good. He gets a knife like in the mouth, or is it through the cheek? It's somewhere in his face, but it's a good kill. And then he gets the, coming back to life for one last scare right at the end. Coming in at number 3, I'm giving a little bit more love to my least favorite Scream movie, Scream 2. It has a pretty good ending. Like I said, it has a pretty good opening scene and a pretty good ending. It's just everything in the middle that I hate. But yeah, like I said, good ending scene. I like the reveal of who the reporter is. It is Billy Loomis's mother. Cue the clip.
Billy's mother.
This one also starts with Derek and Mickey gaslighting Sydney into thinking that Derek might be the killer, which I will admit, maybe Mickey should have been a little bit higher on my Ghostface ranking. Some people pointed that out, and I was like, okay, I think you've convinced me. So he might move up a couple of spots, but still, if we never get to know the killer before he's revealed, it's not satisfying. So I like that scene and how abrupt and sudden the death of Derek is. He just gets shot right in the chest. I like the fight with Mrs. Loomis and Sydney and how they use some of the like set equipment. And I think it's a really unique fight scene because they use like the pulleys, they use some of the props. I think it's very good. But besides the fight scene, like I said, good reveal for Mrs. Loomis, bad reveal for Mickey because, you know, you don't even remember who that guy is. But still a good ending, just not one of the two best. This top two were like far and away the top two. Like I considered it. I did not do it, but I thought about it. I thought about putting the Scream 4 ending at number 1, but I didn't. First half, fantastic. You get the killer reveals. Jill, amazing Ghostface. My favorite Ghostface, if you saw my ranking. Charlie, not as good Ghostface. Still fine in here. And she kills Charlie because he's just a part of her plan. And then she basically wins. Like, she, for what it's worth, won this movie. If it wasn't for a couple little slip-ups and not double-tapping Sydney, she would have won. She would have had the town eating out of the palm of her hand, and she would have gotten everything she ever wanted. But a couple slip-ups stopped her from doing that. And I love the scene of Jill beating herself up. She has, like, the boyfriend, his, like, dead hand, rip out some of her hair. Then she throws herself through a table, throws herself against the wall. She stabs herself. Like, it's disturbing to watch, but it's also just kind of, like, funny when you think about it. It manages to balance that disturbing and funny that I think Scream does so well all the time. And I do like the way ending when, you know, we get Jill's death and the whole, like...
Clear.
It's a little bit quippy, but I like it. But it is also kind of stupid that the hospital is void of people except for, you know, the fact that we can hear gunshots coming out from the inside. You know, that makes a lot of sense. But, like I said, still a fantastic ending. But obviously, it's not beating out my number 1. And yet again, my number 1 is Scream. It's my favorite Scream movie. It has my favorite Scream opening scene. And it has the best ending. I don't know what to say. Like, Scream is so far and away better than all of the sequels, it's not even close. But Scream is... the ending's amazing. Like, the opening scene is iconic, but the ending is just as iconic. We get the killer reveals with Billy and Stu. Both of them are great. They play off each other so well. Billy's really terrifying, Stu's really funny, and vice versa. They play both roles so well, and they're just so delightfully unhinged in every second of that kitchen scene. When they're stabbing the shit out of each other, when Stu's sitting there answering the phone, he's got like 3 funny lines back to back to back in there. Billy is terrifying when he's ripping up the couch, getting pissed that Sydney escaped. Then you get Sydney actually taking charge in here and stabbing Billy with the umbrella. There's just so much to love here. Gail gets involved, Dewey gets involved, Randy gets involved. There's so much stuff going on. It all works so well and culminates to just a couple of really good Ghostface deaths. We get the obviously great joke of this is the, you know, the supposedly dead killer coming back for one last scare. Great line, great kill. I hate that they have to use it in every single Scream movie after that, but pretty good in this one. And then we get, obviously, Stu getting the TV dropped on his head. Iconic as hell. It's a perfect ending to a perfect slasher movie. We all know this. It is clearly my number 1. And that's going to be it for today's video. Remember, if you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And you want to see more videos like it in the future, make sure to hit the bell notification to be notified when I post any brand new videos. And I want to say thank you on video form for bringing me to 500 subscribers. If you would have told me that when I started YouTube, I would have, no joke, I would have probably died of excitement, because that is insane. It's still 500 people that like my content enough to subscribe is enough that I want to thank each and every one of you for making this come true. I would have quit making YouTube if I didn't grow at all back 2 years ago. So thank you for helping me grow, and thank you for continuing to help me grow. Road to 1,000 starts now. I'll see you guys in the next video.